Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Here is a fact-based summary of the story contents. Here is a simplified version of the story contents. Here is a lighthearted take on the story contents. After being apart from each other, the Golden Bachelorettes Joan Vassos and Chock headed to New York City, but the big question remains about whether they're planning to buy a home together in the Big Apple. This came after Joan headed out to Miami, Florida, without Chock to take part in Miami Swim Week, as she got the chance to walk the runway. While the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 lead was off having fun in the Sunshine State, Chock was back in Kansas golfing and working out with friends. Joan and Chock posted several updates during their most recent reunion after spending some time apart from each other. Both Joan and Chock posted several updates on their Instagram stories to reveal to fans that they're back together after spending some time apart. Joan shared a photo of herself with her mother and aunt. She added the caption, "Back in NYC with my mom, Aunt Henny, and Chock Chapel." The Golden Bachelorette couple headed to Broadway to see Death Becomes Her, which Joan said was one of the best shows she's ever seen. She later posted another group family photo, this time with Chock in the frame, as they ate breakfast. Meanwhile, Chock ran into one of my Wichita friends while in New York City with Joan. He posted a photo while posing with both Joan and his friend, Cheryl. He later revealed that the hotel they were staying at left them a gift in their room, which was a bottle of wine. His most recent Instagram story was a selfie with Joan as he exclaimed, "Having the best time in NYC with my lady." Fans are always speculating about the state of Joan and Chock's relationship. After quick weddings like the one Jerry Turner and Theresa Nist had, it seems like some of the more recent couples, like The Bachelor's Joey Graziadí and Kelsey Anderson, and Joan and Chock, are more than willing to take their time. Amid the rumors and speculation, the couple recently admitted that they won't be getting married anytime soon because it would put a strain on their relationship if they exchanged vows now. It sounds like they want to be living together first before getting married. Right now, Joan and Chock are still living in their respective houses in Maryland and Kansas. They visit each other regularly and sometimes jet off to places like New York City to spend time together. At one point, they announced they were planning to buy a place together in New York, but those discussions seem to have dissipated. It's unclear if those plans are still in the works or not. Considering Joan and Chock are in New York right now, it's possible they're looking at homes. Then again, it could just be a vacation with family. Our take on Joan and Chock reuniting in New York City. Whenever the Golden Bachelorette stars spend time apart, like recently when Joan traveled to Florida without Chock, rumors start picking back up. The truth of the matter, though, is that the way they've set up their relationship works for them, at least right now. They seem content with living their separate lives and then reuniting every couple weeks or so. It might not seem like a feasible situation in the eyes of their critics, but they're refusing to bow to the pressures of getting married anytime soon. Joan and Chock deserve these mini reunions, and it appears their Vassos had walked away from the Golden Bachelor once before, for family, for dignity, for reasons fans respected even if their hearts shattered watching her go. But this was different. This time, she had been the one left. After an emotional whirlwind season of the Golden Bachelorette, Joan's fairy tale hadn't ended with a proposal or even a golden rose. It ended with heartbreak. It ended when Chock, a charming, charismatic retired fire chief from Boston, walked away from the final two unexpectedly, citing unresolved feelings and timing issues. Fans were furious. Twitter exploded. Instagram cried betrayal. Yet Joan remained composed, graceful, silent. Until now. Because Joan Vassos had just been spotted in New York City, arm in arm with Chock. Chapter 2. Second Chances in the City That Never Sleeps. The photo hit Reddit first. Joan, 61, radiant in a cream-colored trench coat and leather gloves, was walking through Central Park beside Chock, whose unmistakable salt and pepper curls were hidden beneath a Yankees cap. They looked comfortable, peaceful, like two people who had unfinished business. "This is not a drill," one fan wrote on Instagram. The speculation began instantly. Were they filming something? Was it closure or something more? Joan hadn't spoken publicly about Chock since the finale aired, where she gracefully accepted his departure with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. She wished him well. She told Jesse Palmer she believed everything happens for a reason. But the way her hand trembled as she adjusted her earring betrayed something deeper. And now she was back with him. Chapter 3. Love on Ice. The real reunion didn't happen in Central Park. It happened 2 nights earlier at Rockefeller Center. Chock had been in New York attending a fundraiser for retired firefighters. Joan had flown in to appear on The View for a post-show interview. Neither knew the other was in town until fate intervened. Or maybe it was a producer. Either way, Joan ended up at the ice skating rink after dinner with friends, and there was Chock, alone, holding a coffee, watching the skaters with that same half-smile he wore during their slow dance in episode 4. "I wasn't sure if I should say hi," Joan later told Entertainment Now. "But I did." He turned around slowly. Recognition flickered in his eyes. He laughed softly. "Of course it would be you." And just like that, time folded. Their breakup, the finale, the awkward exit, all of it melted into the moment. They talked for hours. Chapter 4. What we didn't see on TV. Behind the scenes, things had been messier than viewers knew. After filming wrapped, Chock tried to reach out. Not romantically, but to apologize. "I just felt like I owed her more than what I gave her on that final day," he confessed on a podcast weeks before their NYC reunion. "I walked away because I was scared. She was ready. I wasn't." Joan, for her part, never responded. "I needed space," she said in the People exclusive that dropped days after the reunion photo went viral. "It hurt, but sometimes the timing's off, and you have to trust that if it's real, it'll find its way back." Turns out it was real. Chapter 5. The Letter. The next morning, Chock surprised Joan at her hotel. He brought bagels, coffee, and a letter. "I wrote it the day after I left," he said. "I never sent it. I figured if I ever got the chance to hand it to you in person, I would." Joan didn't open it immediately. She stared at the envelope for a long time. Then she asked if he'd walk with her. So they did. They walked down Fifth Avenue, through Bryant Park, past the library and into the hum of a Sunday crowd. Tourists passed them. Buses honked. A saxophone played "My Way" from a subway entrance. Finally, Joan stopped. She opened the envelope. Chapter 6. The Truth About Chock. It wasn't a confession of love. It was an apology. "I never wanted to be another man who let you down," Chock had written, "but I became him anyway. I thought stepping aside was the noble thing. Turns out it was the cowardly thing." He explained everything. How filming had brought up fears he hadn't processed. How seeing Joan so sure of her feelings made him realize how unsure he was of his own heart. "I wasn't ready then," the letter read, "but I might be now, if you'll give me the chance." Joan wiped a tear. Then she said, "Let's get a hot dog." Chapter 7. Public Reaction. Mixed Signals or True Romance. Bachelor Nation was split. Some felt Joan was too gracious again. Others believed in second chances. "Chock better not break her heart again," one commenter wrote. "This woman deserves a man who's sure." Still, thousands flooded Joan's Instagram with heart emojis after she posted a cryptic photo. 2 coffee cups on a hotel windowsill with the NYC skyline behind them. Caption. Sometimes timing catches up. Chock posted nothing. Until 3 days later. A selfie of the two of them on the Brooklyn Bridge. She's laughing. He's kissing her cheek. The caption? Best walk of my life. Chapter 8. Old Flames, New Rules. Back at her Maryland home, Joan spoke candidly about what had happened. "No, we're not rushing into anything," she told Good Morning America. "We're not even labeling it. But we're spending time together. He's flying down next week. We're just seeing." What struck fans most was her tone: calm, grounded, mature. It wasn't the fairy tale ending some had wanted. No proposal under fireworks. No limo exit with a final rose. But perhaps that's why it felt so real. "I've learned that love isn't about big gestures," she added. "It's about who shows up, even if they didn't the first time." Chapter 9. Dinner with Jerry? Here's where it gets juicy. While in NYC, Joan and Chock weren't alone. A source confirmed that they were seen dining with none other than Golden Bachelor Jerry Turner and his new partner Theresa. The double date happened at a cozy Italian restaurant in the West Village. No cameras, no stylists, just laughter, wine, and what looked like genuine connection. Jerry was always a huge supporter of Chock, an insider revealed. He told him to not let a good one get away twice. Apparently, he took that advice. Chapter 10. Moving forward together. By week's end, Joan returned to Maryland. Chock returned to Boston. But their story didn't end there. They FaceTimed, sent playlists, made weekend plans. 2 weeks later, Chock visited Joan. They cooked together. He met her grandkids. She showed him the high school where she once taught. There was no pressure, no fantasy suite, just life. And fans? They softened. "This is the real love story," one comment read. "Not about roses, not about rings, about growth, forgiveness, courage." Joan responded with a rare Instagram story. "I'm not sure where this road leads, but I like the view from here." Chapter 11. The call from ABC. ABC, of course, caught wind of the buzz. Would they do a follow-up special? A golden getaway in Paris? An update episode hosted by Jess Palmer? Nothing confirmed, yet. But Joan teased something intriguing during a podcast appearance. "I can't say much, but stay tuned, there's more to come." Q. Fan frenzy. Could this be the golden second chance? A new format for older love stories, featuring couples like Joan and Chock navigating the next chapter? One thing's for sure, viewers want it. Chapter 12. Conclusion: More Than a Rose. Joan Vassos may not have gotten the traditional fairy tale ending that the Golden Bachelorette promised. But she got something more precious. A reunion that wasn't about reality TV tropes, a man who admitted his faults, a second chance not rushed by production schedules or viewer polls. Just two grown adults, reconnecting, rebuilding, reimagining what love could look like off-camera. Their NYC walk may not have made for dramatic television, but in the quiet smiles, shared coffee, and tender apologies, it told a story that Bachelor Nation will never forget. And maybe, just maybe, it's not the end. Only the beginning.